Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This issue that I will discuss today, or in this video at least, has to do with justice and something that probably people would not expect me to do as a Romanian-born individual, and that is defend Hungary or Hungarian's culture. For obvious reasons, is like let's say a Jew would defend Germany's culture. And the same is true for a Hungarian regarding Romanians. So I'm not like the victim here, okay? I don't pretend to be, and I'm not a victim. So it's not like, oh my God, I'm the victim of the Hungarians and I'm going to defend them. No, but it's well known that in Europe, especially in Eastern Europe and Central Europe, there's a lot of likes and dislikes. Anyway, let's cut the crap here and get into this article that I would like to discuss. This article has to do with one nation destroying other countries or other nations' history or historical artifacts. And as you probably know, in Europe a lot of things were overlapped. Territories were taken from one country, given to another country. A territory that belonged to Hungary now is in Ukraine, which this article would talk about. And territories who were, let's say, in Romania went to Hungary. From Hungary came to Romania. Territories that were Romanians or went to Romania now they're in Ukraine. Territories that were in Russia came to Ukraine. Territories from Poland came to Ukraine. Things like this happen in Europe many times. And all right, it is what it is. The borders were drawn for many years and many times. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but there are grievances, and nations do not really like other nations for that particular reason. Now, to add more insults to the issue is when you start destroying, let's say in this case you have Hungary and Ukraine. Hungary has some territories that used to be theirs, taken by the given to Ukraine after the Trianon and all that. So let's go here and talk about what's going on exactly. So we have that Mr. Szijjártó, which is the foreign minister of Hungary, summoned Ukraine's charge d'affaires due to removal of Hungarian Turul in Mukashenko, or Mukashevo, I'm sorry. So what is that? I said, what is Turul? Remember, I should be familiar with it because I don't care. I didn't know, but I learned what is Turul. And I will explain. Now, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Hungary, Peter Szijjártó, who is a very smart guy, very courageous guy, he is A-OK, summoned the temporary charge d'affaires of Ukraine on Friday because the Mukachevo City Council removed the statue of the bird Turul from Mukachevo Castle, replacing it with the Trident. So the Trident. Szijjártó stated that he considers the removal of the statue in Mukachevo an unnecessary provocation and summoned the Ukrainian charge d'affaires to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He also appealed to the head of the Zakarpattia Regional State Administration, Victor Mikita, whom he called just a wonderful person. And I'm quoting, I am sure that he did not realize it. His common sense, his fair approach completely contradicts with what has been done as a provocation, Szijjártó shared with Info Radio. He added that it does not matter who staged the provocation with the Turul. Hungary's task now is to stand up for the defense of the Hungarians of Transcarpathia. What is Transcarpathia? Well, the Hungarian territory that was given to Ukraine. That's what it is. You don't believe me? Yeah. So, on Thursday, the Mukachevo City Council asked the local historical museum to dismantle the statue of the Turul bird in Mukachevo Castle, replacing it with the Ukrainian national emblem, the Trident. You know, with what's his name, Neptune's trident. The decision outraged the Hungarian Minister of National Policy, Arpad Potapi, who called it deeply shocking and outrageous. According to him, the preservation of historical monuments is one of the most important benchmarks for a country's minority policy and an EU requirement to ensure the rights of minority. But you see, maybe the Russians had a point regarding the nationalists from Ukraine. So these guys are removing the bird, the monument, from this castle that was built by, okay? It removes it and put the emblem of Ukraine over there. Really? It's like you go to, let's say, I'm just gonna use an, you understand? Let's say I go to a all black or African American city where they have a monument of Martin Luther King. I take it down and I put over there, I don't know, George Washington. Which is not that bad because George Washington is George Washington, right? And the other guy was Martin Luther King, okay? But this is totally different. But I'm trying to find a little, you know, something that kind of similar. Even it's not like that, but that's not, this is bad right here. That's what I'm trying to say. So it says here, they say, in the first half of the 20th century, the Turul was a symbol of the right-wing conservative forces in Hungary. Okay, you know how long the Turul is? You know how long it is? It's about 1,000 years old, the symbol. And for the beginning of the 20th century, like 20 years, you fuck up a symbol now? This is the same thing with the Roman salute. Remember the Roman salute? Because some idiots used it for about 30 years or 20 years. The whole, how much is it? 1,000 years, the Roman Empire? More than 1,000 years, because if more than 1,000 years old, the Roman Empire, if I take with the Eastern Roman Empire, then I go more than 2,000 years. If I go even more than 2,000 years. 2,500 almost, because Rome was founded in what, 723 or something like that, BCE, and it fell. The Roman Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire, fell on the Turks in what, in 15th century, right? 14 something, 62, 14 something, 14 something. I can't remember exactly. My bad. Smack. You failed the class. Anyway, so 1452 or something. The Ottomans fuck it up. So anyway, Rome used the Roman salute for this many years, centuries, and these crazies use it for 30 years, and all of a sudden, oh my God, it's not the Roman salute, it's that salute, it's the Nazi salute. You can't use it because it's a Nazi salute. What about the rest? The same here. The Turul, some idiots or whomever used it for 20 years, in 1,000 years, and all of a sudden, oh my God, it's a symbol of hate. Brr. Really? A book is a symbol of hate, if you want a book, because the bad people usually wrote books. Let's get started with this guy here, and I'm going to use the Romanian version. What's that? Karl Marx, The Capital, right? This is a 1950 book or something from my grandfather. Smells like, oh my God. Anyway. So, who wrote that? Then we don't talk about communism. Communism, look at these guys, want to bring communism. Oh my God, communism. Anyway, so words, people used words, criminals used words. So we're going to ban words now? I got the same point. So here, let's read about this castle. I said, what the is this castle? So this castle, according to one of the legends, one of the most beautiful and powerful castle in Ukraine, was created by mystical forces together with a nearly 7-meter volcanic mountain, and it's called Mukachevo Castle Palanok. Towers over the city striking with such immense grandeur and so on. Okay, and we go further, and it says the Hungarian Chronicle The stone wall fortress existed as early as the 11th century during the reign of Ladislaus I of Hungary, and successfully withstood the attacks of the Cumans and Mongols. So built by whom? By the Ukrainians, right? Okay, sorry. And then we go here, it says, the castle is also famous for a large number of monuments, and each of them tells its own story. But the Ukrainians decided to erase a Hungarian monument. They decided. And then I go to, what is this Turul, right? And I found that Turul is it was even in the 10th century. In the 10th century. So it was, the Turul is a mythological bird of prey, mostly depicted as a falcon in Hungarian tradition and Turkey, because they're related, tradition, and a national symbol of Hungarians. Origin, the Turul is probably based on a large falcon. Okay? And here we have again, it says gilt silver plaque with Turul motif, Hungary, 10th century. So from 10th century, right, from until now, we have Turul, and these guys use it 20 years or 30 years, and oh my God, it's a symbol of right wing or whatever. Really? It's in National Museum of Prague. And it says here the Turul is probably based on a large falcon. That's what it is. And then in Hungarian tradition, it presumably originated as the clan symbol used in the 9th and 10th centuries by the ruling house of Arpad. If you don't know who Arpad is, read. And anyway, so what the Ukrainians do? Erase a cultural symbol of another country on a territory that belonged to Hungary, that was given to Ukraine, which some people say, many, it was just a formed country from many other countries. And I have at least, as I mentioned, 4 of them. Poland, Hungary, Romania, and Russia. 4 countries that were given territories to Ukraine. Okay? Where were the Ukrainians in the 10th century or 9th century? Everybody's about Native Americans. How about that? Where were they? They were with the Russians, right? Were they? Or were the Russians? Which one were they? Okay, so, and that castle was built by whom? And these guys destroyed, take that monument and put theirs. What is that? Is that fascism? Is that Nazism? Oh, no, we can't say that because then Putin was right and his administration. That's an example of exactly that, erasing other cultures, history and monuments and culture. Well, if that happens here, oh my God, remember? But it's okay, we can destroy here the Southern heritage, destroying their monuments because it's the Confederacy. Well, what do you want? Put certain people in power? They have a lot of things to do to you, and they will do it. Good luck. You gotta love democracy and tolerance. So yeah, I think this is a shitty move. But because it's Hungary, those nationalists are just doing what they do best. Thank you and from there, they're gonna go further and further. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.